This is a reader video for Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Episode 6, 7, 8, and 9. As I said in my reaction, I am just going to basically call these based after parts and everything like that. Getting a lot of hate and everything, and miscommunication and misinformation and all this kind of crap on what season's which and everything, because the show is weird and makes parts and everything. So I would just be going by parts, and if that doesn't work, I give up at that point, if that doesn't work. So anyways, click in the link in the description below to go watch my reaction, and then come back here to see my full review, my full thoughts and ideas and theories and all that kind of stuff about what happened in these episodes. So yeah, click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Click away now. Okay. So, big thing that I loved in on these group episodes was Koichi's stand. We finally got to see it. The entire almost evolution of his stand, because we saw the egg hatch. We had to actually see what it is, and it's called Reverb. And then a couple episodes later, we see it kind of die in a way. Well, Koichi and me too, I guess it did as well, looked like it died, but really it was in a cocoon state and it was evolving. So and then we saw the part 2, or whatever, what we call it, he said oh gosh, was a volume part something. Was it part 2? I can't remember what he called it. Koichi called it something like part 2 or something like that, like volume 2, part 2. Trying to think of any other kind of terms. I can't remember. Anyway, he called it like part 2, or whatever like that. Which is interesting, because I thought my theory going into it, I actually said it in my recording as well. I thought his stand was going to die, and then he'd have to summon a new egg to make that hatch, to make like a new stand kind of thing. I thought that was what was going to happen. But Reverb is his stand, so it's going to. I'm wondering if this is going to be like a thing for Reverb, where he's going to cocoon out, die or whatever, and then just become stronger. Like every time Koichi becomes stronger, Reverb gets stronger, kind of thing. Because I mean, he is still a kid and everything, so maybe that's how stands work. They evolve with the user, so as the user evolves, kind of thing, the stand will evolve as well. But maybe it's more so the stand will evolve off camera or whatever, or is maybe not as big of a change. But Koichi did kind of go through a bunch of crap like these episodes, so him kind of evolving very quickly did seem to happen pretty fast, kind of thing. So it was really cool to see Reverb and everything. I did like him a lot. I think right now he's my favorite stand. That's alive, anyways. The older brother of the guy with the bow and arrow that had the commandos, the army, the military stand, whatever. That's still my favorite stand of all time. Hands down. Sorry, excuse me. Hands down, that's my favorite stand. But right now, out of the current main characters or whatever, Koichi's stand is definitely the coolest one. In my eyes and everything. Diamond's awesome too. I like Diamond a lot. The way he can kind of break stuff and then kind of rebuild it, kind of thing. And the other guy is pretty cool. I still have to write his name down so I remember how to pronounce it and everything. Sadly, I don't know how to pronounce it right now. I don't know how to write it down either. I didn't think he was going to be more of a main character than he is. It seems like he's with the group now. So I had to write down his name and everything like that. But yeah, his stand is pretty interesting too, with the whole portal thing and ripping, destroying stuff, basically teleporting stuff away, to who knows where. But yeah, his stand's pretty cool. But I do like Reverb a ton. Reverb's awesome. I love how he's basically freed from fairy tale or like levy, that kind of thing, like writing like a phrase and then like it happening on somebody, right? Like Reaper just like puts a word on somebody, like boom or whatever, and then like it just like resonates in their entire body, like the boom, 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 boom kind of thing, just all throughout their body. I really, really, really badly want him to get to the point where he gets to a bad guy and they want to kill the bad guy and or just like disorient him so badly. I want Reverb to just throw a ton of freaking sounds all up the dude's body, legs, arms, in the back, on his head, body, whatever. Just every inch of him is covered with like sound effects and just drive the dude insane so much so that he just can't function, like, and they need like either passes out or loses concentration, so his stand doesn't work as well, kind of thing. I want that to happen. I mean, not like I don't want to like maybe not kill him, but like just ultimately just like drive the dude insane to the point where his stand does not function anymore. I would love for that to happen. But yeah, we had the lady, the girl from school, have her stand is her hair, which we've seen people that don't really have stands. They just have like objects or like Joseph. He's got like the thorns. Maybe called thorns or not tendrils, but like the kind of thorn kind of stuff that he did. And then this girl's got her hair that she can kind of grow out. So like in my eyes, she's a mix between in Fairy Tale, she's a mix between Juvia and Flare. If you know who Flare and Juvia are. And she's got like a mix of Palm from Hunter x Hunter in there as well. That kind of like creepy, like like she's going to kill you kind of vibe. Um, they didn't kill her. She's still alive. She's still crazy. I'm wondering if she's going to stick around with the group, or is she going to be like a returning character once in a while, kind of thing. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Basically, so yeah. I mean, she's an interesting character, that's for sure. But I'm wondering like if they don't deal with her now, she's going to cause a problem later on because she's still falling for Koichi. So some battle later on is going to happen. She's going to get in the way and she's going to cause either harm or she's going to sacrifice herself for Koichi or something. As we know in the Jojo universe, characters do die. So I can definitely see Koichi being one to die, kind of thing. So feels like we've had characters in the past, main characters, physical main characters die. So I wouldn't put it past the show to kill off Koichi, or Josuke, or the other guy, whatever. So yeah, I'm still really interested in this show. It's getting really good. It's definitely keeping my concentration because it's like they're not going. I mean, they are hunting down this kind of like electric kind of guy, right? And then like as well, I mean, I guess the big brother was the one. The brothers, I should say, were the ones to create other stand users, but with the bow and arrow. So they're trying to find the lightning guy, or the electricity guy, whatever. But they had to fight through like all of the other stand users that were ever, made by the brothers, basically. And then who knows how many other people the electricity guy is shooting with the bow and arrow. So I kind of like the idea how it's not just like a set number, like with part 3 and everything. They had all the tarot cards. They all had like stands, and then the Egyptian gods, that kind of thing. So those were very, very limited in terms of like how many there were, and they were like they actually said at the beginning before they saw the tarot cards, there are this many, or vaguely, I guess there are this many. I guess I never had a set number for the tarot cards, but the Egyptian gods, they said how many there were, and then there was that many kind of thing. So in this terms, we have no idea how many stands there are, how many random stands there are in the world, and how many there are between us and the guy kind of thing, how many he's creating and everything like that. So I do kind of like that, how it's kind of like a literally like maybe like 10% of the population of the town now is like stand users. So maybe not 10%, but like like a good portion of the city is now stand users, and no one knows exactly how many there are. So it could literally be anybody from anywhere doing anything, which is really, really cool to me. So yeah, I am super, super pumped for more. I really hated that one guy that we first saw in 6 and 7. Yeah, 6 and 7. I think he died. I have a feeling he died. He made a sound at the very end when we first saw him in like the grass dying kind of thing. I'm wondering if he is dead or not. I don't think so. The show never said he died, or the show didn't care too much about it to show that he's dead kind of thing. They showed the other guy being carted away because he got beat up and everything, but we never got to see what happened to the con artist. I didn't like him at all. He's one of those characters where you're made to hate him kind of thing. So I get that. I understand that. Like, I'm supposed to hate him kind of thing. But yeah, like that the guy was like, Jesus Christ. His whole stand too was like very strange, and like, yeah, it's very, very strange. The one thing that I disliked about him the most out of everything was he had a plan for literally every event that happened. He either subconsciously or he knew ahead of time or something that if someone were to punch him, he'd spin around and do all kind of crazy stuff, smash his head on the curb, whatever, to knock a tooth out, because he like, it looked like he drew all those lines and everything, so he knew where stuff was going to like land and everything. And it was like, I don't know if that was literally in the show, like they were walking on that kind of stuff like all the time, or was that just in our vision as the viewer? Like, was those things like in only our vision, like only we saw that kind of thing? I don't know. I feel like it was him or something like that. But yeah, that was a very strange person. My nose is very itchy right now. I apologize. I'm trying to like itch it real quick. Um, but yeah, I really like Reverb. Reverb is incredible. I love, 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 love Reverb. I can't wait to see if he evolves more. Like I said in the past, the earlier this video. But yeah, what do you guys think of these episodes? Let me know down below. Remember not to spoil anything. If there are any spoilers, my mods will delete it, and I will not see it. So if you want to talk to me down below, make sure you do not spoil anything. Only talk about things that happened in this episode, these episodes, and previous episodes. Previous episodes are so fine. Talk about it like that. Nothing beyond this point. No hints, no nothing. Don't even confirm nor hint about. Don't tease. Don't say like, ooh, I can't wait until you get to insert episode name or episode number or whatever. That's considered spoilers. Because you're telling me something's big's gonna happen on that episode. Or you're saying the name of the episode, or you're saying like, you know, that kind of thing. Because when you say it's like, ooh, I can't wait until you get to this episode, which means that like is like going to be a big episode and stuff's going to go down that episode. So in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, all right, someone said that episode's going to be like a big one, so I'm going into it thinking it's going to be a big one. So do not spoil, do not talk about future events, that kind of thing. Yeah, pretty much that's all of it. Next week is going to be 3-episode reaction. I think this is the first 3 episode in a while, given all my shows. Yeah, they get well. We have a 2 or like a long while ago, something like that. We had like 2 weeks ago. We had a 2 episode. Anyways, next week for JoJo we'll have 3 episodes, including the opening. Um, so yeah, I think also what I'll do as well. Try gave me some 1 minute melee episodes that feature JoJo characters fighting other characters from other shows, kind of thing. So uh, what I'll do for next week, I'll watch the episodes, and then afterwards, as a bonus, I'll watch a couple of the 1 minute melees videos as for just for fun, basically. There's one for JoJo versus First of the North Star. Full Metal Alchemist versus JoJo, which I really want to watch. I've seen Full Metal Alchemist already. Uh, Tunho versus JoJo, which I think a couple of these Try was saying are games, so they're not really like anime kind of thing. Persona is definitely a game. There's 2 for Persona. Persona. Um, so I'll definitely be watching those next week. I'll grab like I think I'll grab the Full Metal Alchemist one and maybe another one to watch as a bonus for next week because it's going to be 3 episodes. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week for all that goodness and everything, and I will talk to you guys next week, and I will see you guys next week for some more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Take care, everybody.